Jolan Trund, welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy and welcome to another episode of our A to Z officers series. And today I want to talk about another rare officer, in this case TOS Chekov, or the original series Chekov, and he is quite an interesting one. He was much more interesting in the past, but he still can be of use for you and you will see why. But first we look at the standard stuff. He's class command, that means you need command badges to upgrade him. He is from the original series Enterprise crew, which means if he's captain he can get synergy from one of that crew, or he can give synergy to a captain of that crew, for example Captain Kirk, if he's on the bridge with him. And he's Faction Federation, of course, that means you need Faction Federation credits if you want to upgrade him. And if you really haven't seen the original series, which I couldn't believe that anybody would say that, you can read about Pavel Chekov here in the info box. There's always a text about the officer in these info boxes, and here you can learn about the original Chekov, so to speak. As you already could hear, he does have a captain maneuver, and that's Young Genius, and that means that TOS Chekov increases the impulse speed of explorers by 10. So if you need a whole fleet of ships that need some impulse speed, you might even put Chekov in the captain chair of one of your explorers. But that is not the interesting part I meant. This is just nice. When he was introduced into the game, that was really a lot of help for your impulse speed. But later on, there were much more officers coming in that do that better. And nowadays, we even have below deck officers that can do that. But what is really interesting is his officer ability, and that's security plans. When attacked while on a capture node or a mining node by a player, TOS Chekov decreases the opponent's damage by 75%. And that was a very, very helpful one when he was introduced into the game. He was one of the first, or a member of one of the first PvP crews in this game, and that's the original series crew. And Chekov was really good at that time already on the sarcophagus, for example. Nowadays I'm not using my sarcophagus anymore because my ships that I have now are much stronger, and the enemy ships that are attacking in a territory are much stronger. But on a younger server with a sarcophagus, and you don't have, for example, Emperor Georgiou or something, then you still might want to use the original series crew with your Sarco on a capture node. Or if you use a mining ship on a mining node during defense with active horizon ability or something, then TOS Chekov would be another great addition for your bridge crew. I have, of course, playing for more than 2 years on this server now, I have all the major PvP crews that came later into the game, and I'm not using the original series crew anymore. But he does still have some use, because as a rare officer, he does have 2 traits for away team assignments. That's Engineer and Genius you can unlock. I really need to unlock the Genius part. I just saw that I wanted to do that, because Engineers are tons out there that you can use for away teams, but Geniuses are something different, and that's why I just did that. I had a lot of those traits, and what I have left now is enough for events or something, so I just did that. But that's what I'm using him for, and I will use him even more now after I unlocked the Genius part and maxed it. And so he will always have some use, because the Genius I need regularly, and that's where I will send him very soon again, and that's the use. But if you don't have all the newer PvP crews, then still, as I said, the original series crew might be very, very helpful for you in a territory takeover, in a territory defense, or in the next infinite incursions, if they don't skip that again like last time. But we will see. Definitely, if you have him, he will be helpful. And the if you have him part is not too hard. It's not the easiest version, but it's not too hard either. because first of all, we have him in the, as I always call it, crowded ultra recruit section, but he's in there, and with a little bit of luck, you will get Chekov via the ultra recruit. You know that you regularly get the tokens for it, and you have a chance to get shards from him. I was not very lucky with the original series characters, but I do have them all. But as you can see in the numbers of how many I have from them, I wasn't too lucky, but maybe you are more lucky and will have him even earlier than I did. But he's also in another section that I'm usually not using, and that's the Elite Federation Recruit section. There we have Chekov, because you get some of those tokens, the Elite Federation Recruit tokens, via missions, but usually you have to buy them in the faction store of the Federation once you reached a certain reputation, but they are really expensive. And I prefer using my faction credits to get blueprints for ships, so I'm not buying them. But if you want to have certain officers from the section, of course, you can do. So I always include that if they are available there, but I'm personally not using this one. And there's another recruit section that I cannot show you at the moment because it's event related, and that is the Crucible event, the Crucible of War that we usually have once a month. And there Chekov is in there as well, so there's another chance for you to get shards for Chekov. But especially in the case of the original series crew, we're talking about Chekov today, I really would like to know, are you using the original series crew in PvP? What is your experience there still nowadays after we got the Freeman crew and the Mirror crew and so on? So please write in the comments or on Discord what you still think about them. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.